Eric Cantona. The top three in this 7 come in head and shoulders above all the rest quite obviously, and the order of them is unquestionably going to be the biggest topic of debate in this 7. Starting in third, an excellent case could be made for putting Eric Cantona top of this 7, and indeed, I suspect Sir Alex Ferguson would put him there himself. Ferguson often credited Cantona with being the man who elevated Manchester United into a championship winning side, so he certainly scores highly in terms of importance. The Frenchman was Manchester United's first official number 7 when squad numbers came into effect in the 1993-94 season, with Brian Robson having worn the shirt for many years before that. Cantona only actually spent 4.5 seasons at Old Trafford, he only spent 4 seasons as the club's number 7, and when you throw in his ban for that kung fu kick at the Crystal Palace game, he only represented the team 185 times. For that reason primarily, along with the brilliance of the 2 players ahead of him, I had to put Cantona third, but I have great sympathy with those who would disagree. During his 185 Manchester United appearances, Cantona scored 82 goals, becoming a cult hero and one of the most iconic number 7s of all time. Cristiano Ronaldo. In terms of peak ability and peak season, there is no doubt that Cristiano Ronaldo is Manchester United's best number 7 of the Premier League era, their best player of the Premier League era, and perhaps even their best player of all time. We are not dealing solely in terms of peak talent or seasons though, and for that reason, the Portuguese superstar has to settle for second. Ronaldo joined Manchester United from Sporting Club de Portugal in 2003 after the club just missed out on the signing of Ronaldinho, and he immediately inherited the hallowed number 7 shirt. Ronaldo didn't immediately become a Manchester United great, still a teenager at the time, but his raw ability was always obvious to those within the United dressing room. Within a couple of seasons, Ronaldo was starting to become a much more complete and decisive footballer, twinning his natural ability with a first-class attitude and a desire to improve. By the 2006-07 season, Ronaldo was one of the best players on earth, and in the 2007-08 campaign, Ronaldo scored 42 goals in 49 games, a tally which saw him win his first Ballon d'Or. The 2008-09 season was Ronaldo's last at Old Trafford, and he left the club with 292 appearances, 118 goals, and 3 Sir Matt Busby Player of the Year awards to his name. David Beckham. Let me be absolutely clear. David Beckham was never as good as Cristiano Ronaldo was in that 2007-08 season in particular, when he could fairly be described as a force of nature. However, Beckham was incredibly important to Manchester United, he spent longer as the club's number 7, he played more games, and he didn't have a couple of seasons adjusting to life in the English game. Beckham made his Manchester United debut in the 1992-93 campaign, but he only hit double figures for appearances in the 1994-95 season. It was the following season, 95-96, in which Becks both became Manchester United's new number 7, replacing Eric Cantona, and also became one of the best midfielders in Europe. For the next 8 seasons, David Beckham was pure class for Manchester United, combining a tremendous work rate, awesome vision, and one of the best right foots the English game has ever seen. Beckham's image off the pitch may have been even greater than his talent on it, but he only became a global icon because he was a star man for one of the biggest football clubs on earth. In total, Becks played 394 games for Manchester United, by far the most of any number 7 during the Premier League era. He scored 85 goals, and he registered at least 90 assists, of which we've decent records, and almost certainly a whole lot more. Cantona may have been the most important, and Ronaldo the most talented, but for a combination of talent, performances and longevity, I can't overlook David Beckham as Manchester United's greatest number 7 of the Premier League era.